He took that round and put a really big picture.
You see, ours never had the picture frames. Ours was just put up onto the wall with a nail.
Ah.
And then there was another one would have been draped over the sofa.
Right.
So they were. That was the kind of stuff.
I think that's great there to have that.
Aye,
But you need to have a fairly big room
aye.
to display that.
But a lot of the ones back when they were in the army and they went over to the Lebanon at the start, that was all the
people
stuff.
come in here and admire that.
Aye.
You know.
That would have been the first time Billy was in the Lebanon.
Probably, yes.
Aye. So it is. So this house is about 200 years old.
It is. It is. At the very least.
Some great memories, Pat.
200.
Some great memories.
Oh, the people that lived in this house, they weren't the first people, but they were the second people. They were Snodgrasses.
Right.
And there's a wee bit of history about connected with this house in Lifford.
Aye.
Mrs. Rossi Snodgrass.
Right.
Used to have a big house up the Connerby Road there. And then
is that the house, Pat, that would have been in past Dante County on the left-hand side?
Yeah, that's right. And then there was a connection with Snodgrasses of the mill wheel.
Right.
Used to be up the Gallus Lane
That's right.
direction. They were all connected, the Snodgrasses. And the Snodgrass was Andy Snodgrass, the family. They were here because he was a veterinary surgeon.
Aye.
So they were mixed up with all the horses, looked after horses here.
Right.
As a matter of fact, during the Staban Kerry-Clee races, Andy Snodgrass, the vet, was the chief veterinary surgeon for all the horses going to Kerry-Clee to race.
Right.
That is a big day in Staban, you know.
Aye.
It was a big day in Staban.
That would have been a big title back in them days, being a vet to work with horses.
It was a big show to go to. And it was nice to see them going around, you know.
Aye.
The way they turned out and the harness, all glittering, shining, you know.
Spotless.
Oh, yeah.
So you've moved on here, Pat. What
There
year?
was I heard that in this house in the yard, the veterinary surgeon's yard, there was a horse that won the Grand National, and they called it Master Robert.
Right.
And that horse was groomed in this yard.
Very good.
For the Grand National. So the man that was in charge of the horse here was a man they called Crotty, and he lived in the Gallus Lane. Crotty's.
Right.
He was a great horsey man. You know, I remember the Madge Crotty. I remember the family. And Willie Crotty. I worked with Willie for 13 years.
Right.
Over the TV thing place. That's, you know.
There's still Crotties. There's a lot of Crotties still in Lifford, and up at the very top of the Gallows Lane.
That'd be the same.
Aye, that'd be the same.
That'd be the
crowd,
same.
probably. They live in the. I think there might be
there was a couple of years, but I think they went to England.
Aye.
As a matter of fact, I just heard lately that there's one of them still living.
Right.
And her name was Madge Crotty, and she chummed about with my wife, Eileen McCusker. They were great pals, you know. So we're going back quite a few years.
And was your wife? Was she from Lifford?
Lifford.
So you picked a good stock.
Oh, and I remember. I was telling you the last time I was in Lifford there. I was invited over to the council.
Right.
To get because I was born in 1916. I was asked over.
Right.
You know, and it was Eugene McCusker.
Right.
You know Eugene.
I do, yeah.
It was Eugene got on to me out over, and I didn't know what I was going in for. He never told me. Just went you over for a couple of photographs. It was a different story when I went over. The place was packed, you know. And then when it was nearly over, they asked me to say a few words about the connection with Lifford and Staban, because there's only the Mourne, the river that separates the two. It's only a stone throw.
Oh, that's it.
I just told them a wee story about mine, a Donegal woman.
Aye.
You know, told a wee story like that. But very nicely presented with a wee gold pin
Aye.
with 1916 on it. I still have it.
That's to celebrate
Sure.
your 100th birthday.
And sometime when I get short of you, Bob, I'll
Sell it.
sell it.
Alright.
Ah, yeah.
We were out there now looking at the oars. You were showing me oars out in the garage.
Oh yes, the spoon oars.
Spoon oars.
Oh yeah.
Tell us about them.
They're very rare at the present time. They're 100 years old.
100.
Those spoon oars, and if you notice, they're all made of the one piece timber, and it wouldn't pay to make them like that today.
No.
You know, because I don't know what you need to charge.
Right.
But I use them myself in Staban Canal.
Right.
A wee rowing boat.
And
I
would have
used
been
them in Murlough.
would have been a rowing boat they were for.
Oh, definitely, a rowing boat.
Right.
And I progressed from spoon oars to power boats.
Power boats.
And I did very well in them, as you see the photographs there. I actually raced in Paris.
You have a lot of cups.
And that's all trophies for carry on that I was at in my younger days,
Right.
you know.
But you're still young.
Ah!
There you are. You're
That's
still
what you
young.
think.
You're only what? What will you be now in December? What age?
I'll be 101 on the
101.
2nd of December.
Amazing.
Uh,
Amazing.
I'm still able to count my money,
Well, that's not too bad.
so I'm very thankful for that.
You, I had a good tour around the museum earlier on. But can you tell us a wee bit about why you set it up?
I don't know how I started, but I started to gather things up. Things that of interest that I thought I would like to have. And it just started, it only got gradually built up to I wouldn't call it a museum.
Right.
I would just call it a collection.
Right.
You know, wee collection.
Yeah.
But I love people coming in to talk about it because I have something in there for everybody. I've American number plates.
Right.
And people come in and point out where they come from. Ohio and Nebraska and all these places, you know.
Yeah.
They're a good talking point when people come in to see them, you know.
And all your collection of bicycles that you had down through the years.
Oh, I have 32 bicycles.
32.
But they're not just ordinary bicycles.
No,
There's a lot of them. Nobody can ride them on myself.
I would say.
There's one there that doesn't go the way you want it to go, the opposite to the way you want it to
I
go.
would say.
So that's pretty awkward now.
Which bicycle would have stood out the best? Where people have turned more eyes?
Well, the most talked about one out there, and I would say the most valuable one out there at the minute. But mind you, bicycles have changed a lot.
Oh, they have.
I have known people to pay thousands of pounds for a bicycle. But it's big sport in the world at the moment, bicycles.
Yeah.
It's very big sport.
Oh, it is.
And there's big money to be gotten. But I never was in that league. I always wanted bicycles that were very awkward and hard, difficult to ride. The penny farthing would be the most talked about bike I have.
That you have.
The rest of them there's some very good makes. There's rally bikes there.
It's in the wee chopper.
Oh yes, yeah, I have to have a chopper.
Aye.
Because a lot of people comes in and they remind me of them having one
Yeah.
years ago, you know. There's a wee tricycle there. And they say the same thing about that there. There's just wee points there that the love just going back the years.
Aye.
Going back the years, talking about them and to see them there again, you know.
And you
So,
have
I can have everything here. Even Staban old crockery porter bottles.
right.
I'm sure you know what porter is.
I heard about it, Pat. I heard about it.
That's very popular. And that's the bottle. They're very collectible now,
Yeah.
you know. As a matter of fact, anything that's out there, and including the wee old camera you were looking at,
Aye.
the box camera, that is the first camera ever I had.
Right.
As a matter of fact, it wasn't my own. It was my brother Dan's.
Is that the man that done the running?
Dan was a cross-country runner. He represented Northern Ireland and Belgium.
Right.
He met King Leopold
Oh,
of
very
the
good.
Belgians. Had a dinner with him.
Right.
When he was over representing Northern Ireland. Dan was a good runner, good athlete. You saw his shoes still in his
The shoes was in there with
Dan lived to be 103.
103.
103.
You're catching him. You're going to catch up with him.
I did.
You will. You might beat him.
I did.
You might beat him.
I've got a good question for you, Granda. I've got a question for you. Now that all the racing, all the speedboat racing is over now, and you've all these trophies, you've won so many races.
That's right.
What was your secret to winning?
No, I have nearly. I kept a good lot of. I lost a while lot of photographs during the big flood here.
Yes.
We had a very bad flood a few years ago in Staban.
Was it 1985 or something? Or?
And
Seven?
albums of photographs taken everywhere, every place. Some good photos. My brother Dan was great. I'm very interested in photography. And my sister Jean, she was the same.
Yes.
She was the same. As a matter of fact, I had her camera up to lately there when it was stolen out of the car.
Oh God.
Parked the car and the camera and a wee present I'd got from an American who played baseball. He gave me the bat.
Right.
And had the baseball bat, both the baseball bat and the camera were gone. Somebody wanted them. And
what was your secret to winning the races on the speedboats?
well, as I told you, I'd started with a rowing boat in the canal.
Yes.
And progressed then out to Murlock with a 1.5 horsepower Seagull engine, which maybe the speed would have been 6 miles an hour.
Right.
Well, that was great to get that, because you had that done away with the oars.
Yes.
So that was the same as launching the Queen Mary.
Right.
At that equivalent. So then we got in touch with a couple of friends that I knew and the Ulster Speedboat Club. And then it developed on into the All Ireland Speedboat Club.
Yeah.
And I was a member. And you had to qualify.
Yeah.
You had to prove yourself.
Yeah.
So I got on the team. And I went with a 4 team to Paris. Raced there. And at Chasewater in England. Chased there. Chasewater. I raced there. And I raced all over the place. I'd done pretty good, as you can see. I've a good lot of trophies to prove it,
Yeah.
But when I think of some of the carry-on I was at, I don't think I could. Don't think I could go near that today. I had my day and I enjoyed life. Had a good sport in life. So did my brother. So did my sister Jenny.
Yeah.
She was a good tennis player. She played tennis just across the street there. You see where they're digging up the tennis there.
McDonald's there.
McDonald's, they're taken over there from Pat Clark's garage. He's moved round to the other side of the town, along the river there, the lower part of the town.
So over the years you've seen this change a lot at the front?
Oh, I played tennis there myself. And there was 3 courts there at one time.
Yeah.
And they're nearly all gone now, so was the courts, they're gone too.
The railway station was just out the front here, was it?
The railway station was just the roundabout.
The roundabout, right.
The roundabout there.
Yes.
So it had disappeared too,
Well.
And I happened to be lucky. I got a few pieces of the railway as a memory of it. I have a signal outside the door there, and I was delighted I got it at that time, for I wouldn't get it today.
No.
So I have it outside, and get quite a few people look at it and photograph it. People that maybe had a connection with the railway, maybe years ago.
Yeah.
I also have, you might notice, a cornerstone of the Camel's Hump.
Seen that,
And a lot of people stop and ask, where's this the Camel's Hump was? So people go away for a few years from the town and they come back, there's a big change.
Big change, yeah.
A very big change.
Yeah.
And it's all for the better, because down at the station down there was a transport office for buses, and it was all getting a bit raggedy, but so now it's a wee town down there.
It is.
It's the main shopping centres.
Yeah.
Now we have Asda and a few others. Now we're going to have the Burger Queen or King.
McDonald's.
Over there.
McDonald's.
McDonald's is coming.
So that's the story.
So Pat,
Most of it because I have done that many things in my life.
People
say to me sometimes, why don't you record all that and write or write a book about it?
Yeah.
I hadn't time. I hadn't time.
You're too
Why
busy.
do you not drink? No. Hadn't time to sit in a high stool. Not smoke? No. No smoke. So, it's just the way it happened. I didn't set out purposely to avoid these things.
Yep.
It was just nature.
You were kept busy.
I hadn't time to do them. And I was always coaching people to do some other sport.
Yeah.
You know,
That's right. Aye.
including sports and water. I remember doing the show in Lifford, above all places, the Green Beret. Put on a show there, and the people liked it,
loved it.
and they loved it.
Yeah.
Anyway, as Eiling's father, Sam Acosta, used to say, I'll conclude and finish. But he went on and on and on. He said that about 4 times. And you were saying in your head, I wish to God he would conclude and finish.
You're 101, Pat.
Yes.
You're
Just
101. You're 101 in December.
It's the 2nd of December.
What advice could you give to young people nowadays?
Oh, get involved in sport and a hobby. Keep your mind occupied.
Yeah.
I wouldn't preach about drinking or smoking or anything like that. That's a matter for them. But that didn't bother, and I think it helped me.
Brilliant.
And I hope it'll do the same for them.
Good stuff.